Once again, welcome back to the Vineyard podcast, your weekly dose of fun, laughter, banter, and a whole lot of realness. So, last I'm not asking you guys how you mko sawa?
Nimesema mbad.
Ilikuwa akili iliglitch na hujasalimia co-host then nikasema
in our hearts, but it's all right. Maybe we'll tackle it.
Sorry my dears.
There are things I'll struggle to let go.
Yeah, there are things you'll struggle. We want us to get to the conversation. I know you are good. If you're not good, you would not be.
You see the way people assume that you are good, but you are struggling inside.
Giving fake friends.
Yeah.
Mimi ndio niko. I'm the one who is
We
available.
take you as you are.
You take me as I am. Last week, we began a conversation on forgiveness. And we looked at forgiveness, forgiving ourselves. The struggle that it can be sometimes to just let go. And what's it called? Get rid of the weight of that guilt of sin. And today I want us to further that conversation and just look at now outward forgiveness, which sometimes is even harder. Which is why the Lord's Prayer says, what does it say? Forgive us our yes.
As we forgive those who have trespassed against us.
Yeah. We like to say, Lord, forgive us, but as we forgive, una clench. So, my dears, my brother and my sister, I want us to look at forgiving others today and how that has looked like in your life. So, I want to begin by asking. Let me turn to Timo. Maybe the other time I started this side.
Thank you.
Because I see my sister is
I'm struggling to let go of the chair.
she's Timo, are you a forgiver or do you struggle to forgive? Naturally, are you inclined to forgiveness or it's an area that you are taking to the Lord?
I hate conflict. So naturally,
Yeah, we know that one.
Naturally, talk about this is okay. Sadly, this is inigasia jamani. Let's move on from this. You know, we can't live. And for me, here's the issue. I won't deal with it, and then I'll just move on. I'll be like, sir, what is this? In your big age, you can still do this. That's actually. So let's move on. You have decided to be a dogomodi.
So you are. So you are avoidant.
Very.
You're avoidant.
Unless you
So
come
you're
up to my face, then I'll be like.
Does avoidant mean you're a forgiving person or you just avoid the scenario altogether?
You avoid conflict.
Yeah.
You avoid confrontation.
You avoid confrontation. But does that mean you've forgiven the person?
If you bereave me,
Grieve me.
Grieve me.
Yeah.
Or bereave me, kwenda. If you grieve me
Kisongo.
and you're not that close, I won't kinda. But if you're really close to me, I'll take some time.
Yeah.
Because for me, I say I didn't see it coming. Genuinely, it came. Hey, for me, I usually say it's not what
Caught
was
you
done,
off guard. Yeah.
it is who did it. That's hurts the most.
Yeah. So it can take you a bit of time. So you're somewhere in the middle of that spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, madam. Be truthful.
You're a truthful.
Last week I said I'm not shameless at asking for forgiveness from the Lord.
Yes.
But dare I say,
Dare
I
you
don't extend the same. It is difficult for me. It's not I don't. It's difficult for me to extend the same
Yeah.
forgiving capacity that my Lord and Savior has
Yes.
to other people. I am a person that one has very good memory, which works to my advantage
And your
and my
disadvantage.
disadvantage. So I'll remember the atmosphere.
I'll
I'll remember every word, every expression, every breath.
My God.
All the
That was
therapists who are
taken.
watching this, kindly you have a
Yeah, there's a
inbound-
potential client here. Na hiyo ingine alisema hiyo ni counselor. Counselor needs
I
counseling.
retract, I'm patient.
Yes.
I am a person that I will write you off very fast in my mind, in my life. I will write you off.
That's drastic.
You're dead to me.
So it's kind of like you're non-existent
Yeah.
Mimi najua si tuko good. Kumbe good where?
and you don't matter anymore.
Mungu baba.
Well,
kusamehe.
do not wrong Hope Nyokabi. By all means.
Is that a good place to be at? I'm not proud of it
Yes.
because if God was to ever be the way I
To
am,
exercise that towards you.
Ati you're dead to me. Where tungekuwa
Where would we
ya
be
ukweli.
now?
None of us would be standing.
you know? But then again, I say that every one of us has probably had a journey that has led up to where they were
Yes.
at and why they are the way they are.
Yes.
Am I proud of being here? No, I'm not. Is it something that I actively try and want? Let me not say actively pursue,
Yes.
want to rekebisha, but it is something that I recognize needs to be changed. Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. Thank you for that. For me, I as a recovering people pleaser, I'm in recovery, celebrate recovery. I don't struggle to forgive at all.
Something I've never understood till date.
I don't struggle to forgive.
You feel it on her behalf.
No, so I get angry on her behalf.
I have friends who carry my grudges. You just walk all over me and I just smile and I take 24 hours and I'm back to normal.
And then you're saying, she's
That's
like,
good.
no, but ni sawa. And I'm like, ni sawa aje?
Nyinyi bad friends nyinyi. Asanya kutusa.
I don't know if Niko too sad, because the same way she's saying it, I know for me it's also an aspect of, it's just people pleasing. I don't
want conflict.
Yeah, I'm not as conflict averse. I don't know. It's like I want you to like me.
It's not an extension
You
of
get.
grace.
It's not necessarily an extension of grace. It's just like, and then I also sometimes it might also be a bit like self-preservation, because if I feel the impact of what you have done to me in its entirety, it will crush me, which is detrimental to me. You get. So
you
it's
escape to feel.
yes. I it's just more of like, you know what, let me just do myself a favor and forgive you. Because if Timo right now, when we are close friends, decides to hurt me and I sit and actually weigh what that would mean, it will be so heavy on me, because I am a deep empath. I feel things so deeply. So it's like, you know what, he didn't mean to hurt me. Whether he has said sorry or not, I forgive him. I can't carry that weight. I forgive you. So that's why it might look like a good thing on paper, but it's also a self-preservation. See, a bit inherently selfish. I'm taking care of myself,
Taking care of
guys.
yourself.
Yes, I'm taking care of myself. And so I want to ask, this one might not even apply to me because I don't really struggle, but for, I think, the both of you, if you have something on this one, do you feel like unforgiveness has had an impact on your life? Do you feel like carrying? Okay, you don't carry people.
Yeah.
You don't carry people at all.
I write you off completely, so you are gone.
So it literally has no. It's just like I don't forgive you.
Yeah.
But also,
But you don't
You
exist
and me
anymore.
can never be.
What you did was so horrid. Like,
yeah,
I mean.
it's just like hauko
yeah,
too.
Hauko.
Hey, that's you. But how do you? And if it's your mom who has wronged you, she can't not exist.
I don't think nishaifikiwa point ya mama yangu ati
Yeah.
tumekasirishana. First of all, you know I'm very confrontational.
Yes.
If something has pissed me off, I will tell you to your face.
Yes.
If you're a person that really matters to me.
Yes.
But if you're a person
That's
who's
how you
of no
preserve those
consequence-
relationships.
Yeah, if you're a person of no consequence to me, I write you off.
Kanyaga.
It sounds weird when I say of no consequence to me.
Yes.
It means that's why for me, whether people like me or not has never really mattered as much.
Yeah, it's not a thing
It's
for you.
not a
True.
thing for me.
Yeah.
But for people who I know, first of all, I'll have to see you every day of my life. You're my friend, you're my family. So for the sake of peace,
Yes.
I'll
I'll
tell you
choose
what you did.
forgiveness.
I did not like, it was wrong. Sema pole.
And give them a chance to atone for their
Atone
sins
your
by
sin.
apologizing.
Sema pole.
Yes.
Recognize you're wrong and say sorry. Then we can move. But there's only one person who meant so much to me that I carried. I can say I carried. That was probably the first instance in my life where I carried.
Someone.
And that was my dad.
Yes.
Now bringing me to the question of, had it had any consequence?
That unforgiveness, yes.
That unforgiveness. Because I'm a person who is not inclined to feeling,
Yes.
I did not know I was carrying bitter and anger. Bitterness
Feelings.
and anger
Yes.
towards him. So in turn, I found that as I was growing up, young men, classmates and whatever, subconsciously,
Yes.
I just had an issue
with them.
with them.
Yeah.
Mimi ati kwanza wewe ni mvulana unaninulia sauti wewe ni nani?
Who do you think you are?
You want to shout at me, who do you think you are? Me, I was the one who was leading guys to fights when I was a baby.
Wewe ndo referee.
Me, referee nini? Niko pale kwenye
Yeye ndio David hapo mbele ya Goliath.
I'm leading the delegation in my dress to go fight. That was, so I didn't know as I grew up that the fact that I'd carried all of that, I was unleashing this confrontation that I was supposed to confront this one person. I was unleashing it on other people who did not in turn deserve it.
Literally a ripple effect throughout your life.
Throughout my life. Yeah.
My God. Unforgiveness. Kingori. Have you carried anybody in your heart and have you felt unforgiveness or seen any pattern in your life?
I think yes. There's a friend who hurt me, and you know it's weird because guys think a guy cannot hurt you because there's no romance involved.
It's platonic.
Hey,
It's platonic.
those are the ones you don't see coming.
Yes.
And it hurts. It's and for me, what happened? It made me very, very touch and go with friendships. I'm never fully there. I'm like,
You're like, unaweza niruka any day. So
why invest all that much? And that's why I'm grateful for my friends that I have. At least there are people I know. Hata ukinifanyia chochote, we are doing with you life, so I'll have to deal with it at one point in time.
yeah.
But for me, for the longest time, I used to have many people around me, but I wouldn't call them friends, because I was like, I didn't like this feeling.
Yeah.
You know? And for me, as I said, I'll never think my friend will sit down and plot to harm me. So when you actually do that, it takes me off balance.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, if you didn't like something I was doing, say it. Come and say, your mouth kidogo will land you in trouble. I'll go, so I'll stop. Or text me. Kama kuniongelesha ni ngumu, nitumie text. Kama unaona nitaku. And funny enough, if I know you, I become a bit confrontational. I have a friend of mine doesn't like me because anytime he sees me, he knows I'm going to ask him some weird questions.
Some hard questions.
Jamaa tu yani wasn't listen to how my day was.
Yeah.
Hapana, may know you.
Yeah. Oh, hiyo bromance yenu inakuanga cute sana. Sana. Yeah.
But for me, and I'm trying to learn that actually, because at times I find myself, I'll be like, oh, this friendship just phased out simply because I was like, and there was nothing bad to do with that person. It was just, I was like, apana. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want us to answer the last question because even me, I'm starting to feel like this is getting a bit heavy. Whew. Hey, this episode is called Letting Go. Do you feel... Let's not pasteurize these answers, okay? Let's not pasteurize.
Forgive 70 times, 7 times.
Yeah, let's not pasteurize and start going on a pasta tangent. You get what I mean? But I think we all know, and what I like you said is that you recognize where you are at. And that's the power is in knowing that you struggle with this. It's not that you're not oblivious. So when we speak about letting go and seeing the effects of unforgiveness and knowing that really most times it even damages you more than the other person, and it can literally have a ripple effect in your life, how would you feel you would speak to somebody who is probably also struggling with unforgiveness on just releasing that burden to God? Because I think we're at the place where we know that that old analogy of drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
Yeah.
Because it literally, you are the one who carries the weight of that. So I think I'll start with you, Hope, then I'll go with to Kingori, and then we can wrap it up. How do we get to the place where this past hurts, all these things that people have carried in their lives, it could be from childhood trauma, it could be friends, whatever it is, to get to the place of letting go and just reclaiming back your life so that you can live free and not bleed on other people because of wounds that you have not dressed and nursed to and tended to. Yeah. As
I feel like so many things are going through my head right now.
Yeah.
And probably struggling to even put them to words.
Mm.
But I will start by saying that one, God does not operate the way Nigerian movies operate. That you expect because somebody did you wrong,
They'll suffer.
that they will suffer and that, they will be struck by some weird ailment.
And they'll be poor
by lightning, they'll be
forever.
poor for life and all of that because of the wrong that they did to you. You don't know. Maybe that person actually ndio Kenya alienda wakambiana na Mungu wake.
Yeah.
So you're seeing them thriving. Wewe unakatika tu.
And God has
unakatika tu ndani ya
Ama to
mtu,
God, that's
whatever.
your thorn.
Yeah.
That's the thorn in
You
your
know?
flesh.
That's the thing. The only thing you have control over. This is as a person who loves control, by the way. Things that speak about having control. The only thing I have control over is me
Mm. Mm.
and not you.
Mm.
The only thing I can do for myself, the only favor I can do for myself is to release you.
Mm.
Then let life and God deal with you, however.
Mm.
It's to release
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Vengeance belongs to.
Is it
God.
easy? Because at the your vengeance I'll never see. So for me, it was about letting go of not the pain they made me feel, but letting go of the need for them to suffer.
Ha!
Fire.
I need to see your life turning for the worst. You need to
Exactly.
suffer.
Your life needs, and because I'm not seeing you in pain and suffering, that's what is causing me pain
And suffering.
and suffering.
You need to suffer as I suffered and more.
That's the thing. So for me, it was coming to that point of knowing I don't have control over that.
Oh,
But what I have
wow.
control over is me. So I need to let go of that need to see you feeling pain.
Yes. For me to feel
me
relief.
to
Like
feel
you've
relief.
paid for what you've done to me. Yeah.
And that was it. Once that clicked in my head, I was like, you know what? Go.
Go. The.
Wacha, niache. Niache.
Mm,
That was it for me.
beautiful.
Fantastic.
Thank you for giving your raw, honest answer without pasteurizing, as I said.
Do I ever pasteurize things?
Do you-
apart from
yeah.
talk?
Hiyo uta trademark hiyo ni yako. We patent.
Nita patent it.
Yes, King Ori.
I think for me, one, acknowledge what the person did. Because for me, what shocks me the most is this person did this. They said this. So for me, it's acknowledging they actually did it. You know, they went and spread rumors that I'm like, hey. I mean, you told them something in secrecy. Then you're finding Allah. Okay, this is interesting. So for me, at least the first step is usually acknowledging this person hurt me.
Yes.
Usually as a guy, it's very hard to admit. Hey,
Mtu
Ele hurt me.
amekuumiza.
Hey, aliniumiza mali sidhani ningeumizwa. You know. Two, seeing this person as a human, because at times you put someone in such a pedestal, you don't think they're capable of doing harm to you. Then when they do it, you're like, hey, how? So just seeing them as, and it's hard, especially when they're parents. Seeing them as, you can also make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not trying to say you didn't hurt me, but you can make mistakes.
Yeah.
And for me, 3 was how much I was forgoing because of that person. Because if I enter the same room you are in, naboeka tunakuwa sasa hii gasi iko hapa. Sorry, what is this person doing? You know, or if someone talks about them, your mood is just off. And for me, I had to be like, I can't keep on having such bad days for no reason. Simply because someone mentioned you, I saw your status and I'm like, sasa. Surely, I was just enjoying my day. Then here comes, a traitor. So for me, it's 1, acknowledge what that other person did, and also 2, for me it was counting the cost to bearing that unforgiveness and harboring it. It will eat me up, and it will spoil my days, like how ball does us that at times. So kuna siku mzuri Chelsea. So and just not having so much interest. Why am I very interested in how you're faring on? It doesn't make sense. you know. Hata niombe Mungu akutandike, anaweza niambia you are the issue. And that is now speaking of unforgiveness. And how can you pray with unforgiveness in your heart? Even God says, no. If you know, go and seek for forgiveness and come back. So for me, those two things, acknowledge it, and also two, count the cost. For me, it was too huge of a cost to carry. I was like, sasa kuwa nakuja set na mebambika, then nasikia mnasema jina ya mtu na kwa sasa mbona umesema kitu. Ngoja vile kitu nishakazirika.
Yeah. My friends, pick what is for you. Go forth and let go.
Let it go.
Go forth and let go.
Let it go.
Let it go. I wish I could sing. Ninge funga hii episode na.
Here is a non-judgment.
I accept myself. I know.
It is a non-judgment zone, but please, director, can you give us?
We are forgiven our ears.
Guys, they bully me. Till next time on the Vineyard podcast. Take care and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.